Many people come up with a name. Let's call this one fancy blocks. Let's just say somebody's business idea is fancy blocks. That is it, just fancy blocks. And then they start putting CEO fancy blocks. As long as the company has not been registered and you don't have an incorporation certificate, you see that thing you're calling fancy blocks does not exist. I bet that if we have a lot of startup founders listening to this, many of them have either done this before or are doing it right now.
Right now.
You're operating, you're doing business, and then you want to receive payments, you give your personal accounts. Another mistake that a lot of people make is somebody gives you an agreement, you take it, you look at it,
sign
you
it.
sign.
Hmm.
That person
sign.
had a lawyer. Why do you think you don't need your own lawyer? This is very common when people want to rent houses.
Hi guys, welcome back to Knowledge Lounge Podcast, the only place where we mix chills, vibes with good and rare gems. You know how we do here. Today we're going to be discussing something that a lot of founders pretend they understand. Legal compliance, Don't worry, don't panic. We're going to break it all down without that boring law school energy. So if you're a startup founder, a future CEO, or you have big dreams but little stress tolerance, come forward because this episode is for you. So grab whatever it is that you're drinking, open your note apps, get your pen, get your jotters, and jot things down because we're about to save your business from premium legal tears. As usual, I'm your host, Disun, but I'm not alone. I'm here with my amazing co-host.
You all know how to say this. You all know what it is. My name is Ash, but everybody, you, and definitely you can call me Ash. And the ladies, the beautiful ladies, they call me Ash, baby, with a lot of sexitude. You're welcome to Knowledge Lounge.
Okay, our esteemed guest today is none other than Disun Daniel Olowo Foyeko Esquire. Hi, Disun. Welcome to Knowledge.
That was a mouthful.
Welcome to Knowledge Lounge. How do you do?
Thank you for having me. I'm really honored to be here.
We're honored to have you here.
Honored to have you.
I mean, you look so good. Love the fit.
Oh, thanks.
I wanted to be a lawyer myself. I did apply for law, but Univen said hold sociology first.
I mean,
so today I'm trying to play the part. That's what I'm dressed
I see the
like
black
this.
and white, yeah.
Okay. First things first. Let's start from the top because we always start from the foundation. Just tell us a bit about yourself, and why you decided, your journey into corporate law. Of all aspects of law, why did you pick corporate law? And I know you work with startups, so like what inspired that? Just something little, just give us something.
Okay. Well, I like helping people. I love helping people, actually. It's kind of...
For free?
Well, for free.
Really?
For free.
Wow.
Okay. So I've always been the one to step in and help. I mean, to the point where some people will wonder what's wrong with this guy.
Yeah.
There has to be some ulterior motive.
Yeah.
People don't understand someone just wanting to help.
Yeah.
And that has always been my attitude, my approach to life. And so I don't know whether that is why I, ended up in leadership positions, back in school and all of that. But as a lawyer, I basically get to do what I love doing.
Wow.
And I get paid
for doing that.
Doing it.
I'm helping you and you're paying me to help you. It's what I would have done normally.
Yeah, so it's like a win-win situation.
Yeah, so it's a win-win situation. So that's basically... I don't only do corporate law.
Okay.
But, I do real estate. I don't think that is really taken as corporate law like that. I do real estate law, a little bit of entertainment. But I think a lot of the need of those around me, was more on the corporate side.
Okay.
And so basically, I run a law firm, Interprime Law Practice.
That's nice.
And it's a partnership, and I have it's a full service law firm. It's a hybrid firm in that we have a physical space, but we operate as a virtual law firm. Like none of our clients actually bother coming to the office.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you go to them, or you
No,
guys just have like a
we
virtual
have
calls?
virtual
Okay.
Yeah.
meetings. We use Microsoft Teams, Zoom, whatever. We have meetings, emails. They just tell us what they need, and we
Oh,
sort it.
Sort it out.
that's
So, um, so even though we have that kind of practice running, we get to help a lot of people that way. So it's something like we don't need to corporate. I think that's basically what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
okay. Yeah,
It's
it's
oh,
not
only
just
okay.
a
time
corporate practice.
only that you just most times or more of your clients are from the corporate side.
Yes, more from the corporate side. I mean, we also have
You work
clients
with startups
abroad,
too, yeah?
but yes, we work with a lot of startups.
Okay. Well, we promised startups that we're going to, tell them, help them break down a lot of things and for them to understand. And I guess the Nigerian economy, they said it's the small businesses that are in large numbers and that are driving the economy. So I think we owe them a
Yeah.
duty to enlighten them because it's Knowledge Lounge. So now, in your experience, what are the misconceptions that well, since you do startups, I'm sure you must have encountered these misconceptions that the startup have about,
Legal
this
compliance.
compliance, this legal compliance.
Okay, so I'm actually glad you asked, and with your permission, I'll expand on that a bit
Go
because
ahead.
Free.
the misconceptions that these startups have align with the conceptions that Nigerians generally have. A lot of people think, they need to be successful before they engage a
A
lawyer.
lawyer. Whoa.
They need to have a certain level of wealth. You hear,
Yeah.
oh, my business has not gotten to that point yet.
Yet.
Yes.
But you're investing your money.
Yes.
You're entering agreements.
With people.
You're taking risks. But your
Yes.
business has not yet gotten to the point where it
Of
needs to be
ne-
protected. So and to a large extent, that also speaks to a misunderstanding of what lawyers do.
Uh-huh.
I've noticed a lot of Nigerians think about lawyers only when it comes to courts.
Dispute. Okay.
Courts. You see, you find out I'm a lawyer. I find out you're a lawyer, and the next thing I say is, "Oh, Mr. Esh, I'm glad to have you in my life. Now I can go and make trouble."
Trouble. That's the Nigerian phrase.
Yes.
Okay, I know.
Yes. So and then expecting that okay, so good. This lawyer is going to help me out in court.
Yes.
A lot of people think about lawyers just about courts and police. Okay, when there's a police
Yes.
matter, you have a lawyer around. But really, what lawyers do is much more foundational than that. We are actually meant to be more preventive.
Oh, okay.
Yes, any proactive business person, any proactive startup or mind from the start will think about how am I going to build my business on a solid foundation.
Foundation.
Yeah.
You don't build and then after you've finished the building, that's when you start calculating with what do I need to support this structure.
Yeah.
See, for instance, when you have like multi-level car parks, for instance,
Well,
that are meant to park over 1,000 cars,
Cars, yeah.
the building that goes into the foundation of that car park, actually, the structure has to be able to take at least 5 levels more than what you are approved
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. You want to have a startup, you need to have a strong foundation. And what is the foundation of that startup? It is the legal structure. It's the legal aspect of it. That is the actual foundation. Because otherwise, you're going to be relying on the goodwill of people. And
Which is almost non-existent. Though.
if people were good,
Very honest.
GBT Nigerians.
if people were inherently good, then okay, maybe. But unfortunately, people are not
not good.
inherently good. To the point where you see a good person, you suspect the person. There has to be an ulterior motive because that's what people are used to. Okay.
Yes.
Um, so I'm going to be speaking. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to speak a bit generally. I'm going to speak on startups. So we're
Okay.
focusing on startups, but because I know that the foundational issues
Needs to be
are
addressed.
things that touch not only startup founders.
Everybody.
I would like to take this opportunity to speak to that because, like I said, I like helping people. It may sound hard to believe, but many times we don't tell our clients what we think they want to hear or what
Oh.
we think will get us paid.
Wow.
We tell them what will help
What
them.
about them?
Yes. There are times where we advise the clients, you know what, just drop this. There's no case here.
There's no case there.
They are ready to pay. And they are trying to tell us how can we
Don't bother.
it's not really about, of course, money is important.
Yeah.
Money is
Yeah.
important, but reputation is far more important for us.
I mean,
Yes.
that's why you're their lawyer
I
to
mean-
advise them,
Yeah.
anyways.
Reputation is far more important. So, first of all, let's start from the very basics. What do lawyers do? What do lawyers even do? As a startup owner, as a founder, you need to understand what lawyers do before you
Right.
can think about, engaging a lawyer, before
Yeah.
you know that you actually need a
A
lawyer.
lawyer.
So what do lawyers do? We do a lot of things. We don't just go to court or go to the police station. We do a lot of things. First of all, I spoke about preventive measures and being proactive. That's the first thing that you need to think about. You're setting something up. You're going to invest money, whether you have investors coming in
Or not,
or you're
yeah.
using your
Your
own
personal
funds.
capital, yeah.
Whether you're doing it like that, you're going to need to protect whatever you're building so that it's actually works out. Lawyers advice, we do risk management. We look at anything that anyone wants to go into and we advise on how to go about it, what to do, what not to do.
Yeah.
I don't need to be in your industry, I don't need to be in your field. As long as it's a business, we are usually able to tell you how to better go about what you're doing. So we're not going into the technicalities of the specific
yeah.
Yeah.
field, but the form, the structure,
Yeah.
they're usually
Identical,
the
or
same
same-
kind of
same-
measures
yes.
that you would need to take. So lawyers do risk management. We prepare contracts, we review contracts, we negotiate contracts. Why is a contract important? A contract is an agreement that is enforceable. I'm putting it very simply.
Yeah.
It is an enforceable agreement. You can't do business without
A contract.
entering contracts. What most people do is they enter oral or parole contracts without knowing that's what they are doing. Okay, so I believe that let's say you're a fashionista,
Yeah.
right? I need you to style me as the principal partner of Interprime Law Practice. I want to look good,
Yeah.
and I think that you have the skills to make me look good, right? And then I engage you. I say, hey, come make me look good. So I want my clients to feel impressed every time they see
Yeah.
me. You give me your bill. Maybe I'm supposed to pay you 1 million naira every quarter for your services.
Yeah.
And we agree. You might even be on WhatsApp or verbally.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's all. And then I pay you the 1 million and I think, hey, I'm set.
Yes.
In fact, I have a podcast coming up next week.
Ha.
She's going to style me. But then you don't show up. You don't style me. And I'm upset, but obviously I paid. She's meant to style me. No,
Yeah.
that's not how it works.
Quick question from what you just said.
Yes.
So, for instance, do you have the right to sue me? Let's say we spoke on phone.
Yes.
It wasn't on WhatsApp. We didn't
Yes.
sign any
There's
document.
nothing written.
And I'm telling you, no evidence now. Like something came up. I
Mm-hmm.
can come another time. I'm pushing it forward. I'm sorry I disappointed you, but let's make it next week or something. So, like, can you take me to court?
Yes, I
Or
can.
just from speaking?
Yes.
And what if there was nobody there?
There was no witness.
So it's just your word against mine.
yours. Good. Very good question. I really appreciate the question because you're bringing out the heart of what I'm trying to show our viewers.
Yeah.
An oral contract is enforceable. It is enforceable, but it has to be proven. In law, he who asserts must prove.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when it's my word against yours, I still have a little bit of an advantage. I don't have any witnesses. I don't have any written contracts.
Yeah.
But I have the proof of payment.
But you
I
paid. Yeah.
transferred
That's what I was
1
going to
million
say.
naira
You
to
paid.
you. So,
You paid.
And if you are someone like me, I'm a very when it comes to like digital stuff, I'm very organized.
Yeah, narration.
I'm very organized. You'll be surprised at how organized I am and the things I can pull up. The most remote things. For instance, when BVN when it first started in Nigeria, a bank asked me for my BVN, I pulled it out, and everybody, that all the staff there were shocked.
Shocked. How
They
did you
said
get?
nobody has
That's-
ever been able to respond. They always go and come. No, no, no. Once something is important, I've documented it.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely going to put it in the narration what I paid you for.
Yes, of course.
So if
Yeah.
you're someone like me, I don't have any witnesses and there's nothing written,
That's
but
proof
I
of-
will use that transfer
of
receipt
payment.
to prove that there was this engagement.
Yeah.
Now, I can't prove the specifics of it with that alone. I can't prove the frequency with which you were supposed to style me.
Yeah.
I can't prove that we had a specific, unless I can now back that up with WhatsApp chats. Because we probably are going to have set up the appointment
Yeah, of course.
on WhatsApp. So then, if I now have more things, and I have a good lawyer that has advised me and has told and has asked me questions, because whenever clients bring issues, the first thing we do is we listen. Then we ask questions. Then we advise. That is our standard procedure. So if you have a good lawyer, or if I had a good lawyer that advised me, that lawyer would have been able to extract that proof of payment
Yeah.
from me. The lawyer would have extracted what other evidence that I had, and then I could still beat you in court.
From the narration.
From the narration, yes.
Well,
but-
what if that's because you're an organized person?
so what
right?
if I just sent the 1 million without
yes,
anything?
because at times where we send money and there is nothing in the narration. So how do you
Okay, so then it can still go two ways very quickly. I would still have a chance in court if you don't show up. Yeah, because there there are many people that don't take okay. So
Court
a
appointment
lot of people
seriously.
take being sued very seriously, but some people don't. Some people, I beg,
Unfortunately,
there's
yeah.
nothing. What can this one do? And then I sue you, and then you're served with the notices.
Yeah,
that
to
there's
appear
a
in
matter
court.
in court,
Court, you
and
should
you don't
appear.
show up.
Show up, yeah.
Since you don't defend the case can still automatically I can get an automatic win.
Yeah.
But if you defend the case, there's no narration, there's no evidence. I'm saying that you did it. You're saying that you didn't do it. Then, and I can't prove why I sent you that 1 million, and you perhaps claim that I owed you money,
Yeah.
and that was a
Wow.
payment.
Ah,
Then it's really up in the air.
to go
I'm
say
not
that.
likely to win, but it's not impossible. It's again now still depend on the kind of legal representation
that you have.
in court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to what we're talking about, the foundation.
Yes.
So are they documents, must have documents that any founders need to have from the start? You can't run your business without these documents. You just it's
okay.
starting something without like you said, like a cement, building a house, those are the must have documents that every startup should have. Legal documents for their business to stand or function properly.
Yes, there are, and we were getting there. But I mean, since we're here now, let's move forward
Okay.
with that. So the first thing is that a business should be registered properly with the Corporate Affairs Commission.
Oh, really?
The CAC. You register it as a company, or some people will register as a business name. I would advise any startup to register as a company. First of all, it's a joke if you don't have a company. Startups are famously seek investments. They look for investors.
Yeah.
There is no angel investor, any other type of investor, any venture capitalist that is going to invest in a business that doesn't have a proper structure.
Yeah.
That structure starts from it being a registered company. Normally a limited liability company. So the first thing is you get your incorporation, your CAC incorporation documents, which lawyers do, register companies and all of that. And then afterwards, you would want to have a founders agreement. Actually, founders agreement can come, and many times should even come before the company has been incorporated.
Okay.
Why is that?
Why is that? Good question. The founders agreement speaks to the nature of business that you have come together to do. A startup usually has more than one founder, right? And so it will say that, okay, we want to form this business, and when we form this business, we want to do X, Y, Z. These are my responsibilities. these are your responsibilities and these
Yeah.
are your responsibilities.
Yeah.
And we put money down in a certain way. This is how our money is going to be
Spent.
used. These are the rules of engagement regarding the funds. No one can just take it and do whatever they want with it. When we become profitable, this is the order in which
We
we are
share.
going
Like
to
profit.
repay, first of all, investments
Okay.
that we put down, and then these are the order, and then this, and then the way we would repay profits would also come in, and then if somebody is not active, if someone is not pulling their weight, this
Yeah.
is the way we can kick them out.
Out.
Very, very important. Very important. There was an incident where a client was trying to get me to remove one of his founders who had not been active. And I asked, do you have any documents, any founders agreement? There was nothing. You can't. Without that kind of agreement, you can't just tell me I'm not doing well, so I should go. No, I already hold shares. You hold shares. You don't have
You
any
guys
power
are,
over me.
yeah.
And that causes a lot of issues. That causes a lot of issues.
And there's nothing you can do. Let's say now that he knows, is there a process where you cannot incorporate that if you didn't do it from the start?
No. Unless the inactive partner agrees to go
Oh, okay.
or agrees to be bought out. Maybe,
Okay.
oh, I want to buy you out.
Yeah.
I'm buying your shares.
Yeah.
I pay you this much, you leave. Here's a document, you sign this
Sign that
and
you're
you
not
get out.
part of the business anymore.
Unless and that also negotiation, that's another major thing that lawyers do. We negotiate transactions. Apart from negotiating transactions, we resolve issues. We don't always resolve things in court. In fact, we try to not have to go to court.
courts,
Court
yeah.
can pay us very well, but it doesn't pay you very well. It might not pay you very well. It may or it may not. I don't want to get into that. There are ways that people actually would want to go to court as an investment because
Yeah.
you can come out on the other end with much more money than what you lost because
Okay.
you went to court.
Yeah.
But that aside, that's not what we're talking about right now. We do a lot of negotiations, and so normally when there are issues, people can't agree. If a good lawyer comes in, the lawyer is able to diffuse the situation and help the people to come to
Reach and
common
understand.
grounds.
Yeah.
Okay, this can work this way, that can work that way. So unless you are able to get this person to agree to some form of settlement, there's nothing you can do. The person will stay there as a shareholder, whether the person works
Or not.
or the person does not work.
He gets
As long
paid.
as there's no documents setting down the rules, then the person will be there.
Wow. Wow.
So that is the founders agreement. Very important, and that's why I said that many times you would want to even have your founders agreements before the
Before
company
the
has been
company-
incorporated.
Yeah.
And what we do in such cases, the founders agreement will reference the intended name that you want to register,
Okay,
but it will
I
also
see, I
make
see.
provision or for any other name that we end up using, because the name that you want to register might not be
Yeah.
available for one reason or
the
the
other.
other.
Yeah.
It might not be available.
Yeah,
So
true.
that is the founders agreement. So we've spoken about the company incorporation documents. We've spoken about the founders agreement. We also have next. Let's look at let's now look more on strictly compliance documents. AML-CFT. That is anti-money laundering / combating the financing of terrorism. Why is that important?
Wow.
The
That's long ago.
EFCC. Oh, I mean, it's many times it can be AML, CFT, KYC, CDD.
And you remember all of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
his
mean,
job.
that's what we do.
You're a
So,
Superman. I'm serious.
yeah, so KYC, CDD is know your customer
Yeah.
/
Yeah.
customer due diligence.
Yeah.
We're going to come to that.
Okay.
But why is this important? The EFCC is mandated to track crimes.
Yeah.
And in order to make sure that your compliance, the AML CFT documents basically states, hey, we are not going to engage in any money
Fraudulent, yeah.
laundering.
Laundering activity.
We are going to obey the laws of the CBN, EFCC, NFIU.
Okay.
We're basically going to be compliant. We're not going to launder money.
Yes.
We're not going to finance terrorism. it states that it states rules. It's an internal document. So
Okay.
there are external documents that every startup is bound by, and those are the laws that the government has in place. We have federal laws, we have state
State
laws.
laws.
Those laws, you're bound by them, whether you're aware of them or not. And
Yeah.
ignorance is not a
It's not, yes,
defense
of course.
Yeah.
in law. So there's that. But then there are also internal company documents, and usually, and this is very important, if you want investment as a startup,
Okay.
the investor is going to first of all want to take a good look at your legal structure, and the investor is going to request these documents. The investor wants to see your AML CFT policy. The investor wants to see,
Oh, okay.
yes, your KYC CDD. That is know your customer due diligence. As a business, you're meant to take in the details of your clients. You're meant to know who you're providing services
for.
to. Have at least some basic information on them. What are their contact details, their address, what business are they doing, how do they make money? Very, very, very basic things.
Yeah.
So if anything goes wrong, you should be able to say, hey, this is the person I did business
Yes.
with. I'm clean. Carry your investigation somewhere else. You know?
Yeah.
The investor is also going to want to look at your risk management policy. That's another document. Some of these documents, the nature of them might overlap, being that they address some of the same things, but some people just want things done very properly. Now we also service fintech clients. Actually, a lot of the startups that we service are fintechs.
Fintech, okay.
So now, depending on what aspect of fintech you're in, there might be some more documents that you would need
Need to
to
get.
to provide to a potential investor.
Stop.
Yeah. There's the chargeback policy.
Charge what?
Chargeback.
Charge back.
What does that mean?
Okay. So if you are moving large volumes of transactions,
Oh, okay.
anything can go wrong at any time.
All right.
Somebody can make a payment, maybe it didn't reflect, or they accidentally overpaid, and you need to send a portion of that money back.
Back. Oh, okay.
A very funny one. I was going to prepare an affidavit for a client recently, and that was for 15,000. And then I got an alert of 50,000.
Wow.
And I had to inform the client, hey, you sent me 50. I said 15.
Yeah.
15.
And you said 50.
And yeah. And you sent 50. So I sent the 35 back. The
Okay.
35,000.
Yeah.
So that is like now, if I was like maybe a fintech.
Fintech, yeah?
Yeah. That is where my chargeback policy will come in.
Oh, okay.
That overpayment of that 35,000.
Yes.
My systems, the apps I'm using, should have a mechanism in place
Yes,
where
yes.
the client can make a complaint that, hey, look at what just happened here,
Yeah.
and then that overpayment is processed back.
Back.
Yeah. So so if you're in like the cryptocurrency space, for instance, chargeback policy will be useful. Something that your investors might ask for. Investor of similar clients asked for that. So then apart from that, you might also want to have a partnership agreement. The founders agreement is
The founders is not enough?
founders agreement is a pre-incorporation document.
Uh-huh.
Usually you do that before you have registered
Register
your
the
company.
business, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when the business is active,
Okay.
you're no longer talking about, hey, we want to found a company.
Okay, it's founded already.
It's founded already. You already have a company.
So now it's
And so now
partnership.
you need a partnership agreement to guide the relationship of the partners within that company.
Well, in practical, it'll be almost identical to the founders agreement.
Almost identical,
Just
but
the
not.
header's
It's not
name.
just the
So
heading.
can't you remember when you said like if one of the founders wasn't active, can't you
Yes.
incorporate that in this partnership agreement?
You can, but it's not quite the same. As a matter of fact, contracts are generally very specific. Lawyers are very a good lawyer, let me not say. A good lawyer is a very specific
Yeah.
person. Let's go back to our fashion example. You're a fashionista, you style people.
Yeah.
You style me, you style him. The agreement between you and me, the agreement between you and him will not be the
The
same.
same. Okay.
I draft both agreements.
Oh, yeah.
It will not be the same. They will have some similarities. You see some key things that I put into consideration,
Yeah.
but they will not be the same. His needs are not my needs.
True.
His pockets and mine are not the same. You might be providing the same service, but you're going to have to also consider who is your client, what can they afford. I keep on saying that we cannot be useless lawyers. Yes, lawyers can. Some people think, oh, lawyers are expensive. It looks like we're making a lot of money. But,
Oh, you are.
I mean,
What you are?
a little.
Uh-huh.
A little.
You are, bros. You're just downplaying it. You make a lot of money.
I mean, a little.
I've read your profile. I mean, what you do, bros, you make a lot of money. Man. You make a whole lot of. I'm thinking about a career change right now. I'm serious.
But, you know, we also have to look at people need our services.
Yes.
And like I said, a lot of people don't even know what lawyers do. Many times they wait until it is too late before they come to us. The bridge does not have to burn before you call a lawyer.
Okay.
You don't have to say, oh, I can't afford it. Come on. Start a conversation. It's after the conversation has started that you will see what is even possible. There are pro bono services. Sometimes we work for
And
free.
you do that?
Most people
Yes.
don't know about that.
You do it?
Yes.
I have a lot of cases at hand, though. Bros.
Our pro bono services are really for those that need pro bono services.
I need it.
We also need your money. We have represented somebody, a criminal matter, got him out of, he was already in police custody, actually.
For them to go to jail.
Yes, jail. We got him out of jail. We got his matter settled in court, such that the matter continued against the other defendants without him.
Him, okay.
We sorted everything. We didn't take 1 naira.
Wow.
Even when they tried to give us transport, no. Don't worry. There are cases like that. There are cases where, oh yes, you pay us for that service. But, you know, I think people should not close the door on themselves.
Okay.
When you start a conversation, you see what is possible. And many people, there are many terrible stories, very terrible stories that you hear it and like, but this did not have to happen. It's so basic to a lawyer.
Yeah.
It's so basic. The problem is that the person did not talk to a lawyer, and then they got into a lot of trouble. So, you know, when you were talking about legal woes and weeping, I was just laughing because that's what we've seen. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of that. And I just think people should value each other. People should value each other's worth. Many times the problem comes with people don't value service providers. You know, they value physical things. If you want this bottle of water,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
because
I understand what
it's
you mean.
physical, it is tangible.
Yes, tangible.
You're ready
You can
to
hold
pay
it.
for it.
Yeah.
As we do real estate.
When we
let's-
talk about services,
Yeah.
they can't quantify it, so it doesn't have that value
Yes.
that, you know, tangible commodities has.
Yes.
So they be like, what?
Somebody
How
wants
should I pay him
to-
for that?
to
It feels
construct-
like
of
they're
business.
wasting their money.
Yeah.
Like, what did he even say?
Somebody
sef?
wants to construct a building. They are ready to pay millions to the architects. They're ready to pay millions getting their BOQ. They're ready to pay millions getting their materials and everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But then the contracts that would actually make sure that if it's a
Everybody
joint
sticks to
venture
the-
agreement, for instance, the contract that actually make sure that developer delivers on what you've paid the person for
not there.
at the standards and the quality that you have paid
Yes,
for,
for.
Yeah.
at the agreed timeline. The documents that actually protects that investment, they're not ready to pay for it. Somebody said, how can I pay? I saw a post recently. Someone was like, oh, how can I pay a lawyer 10% if I get a property of 10 million? Sorry, 100 million. 10% is 10 million.
10 million.
How can I pay 10 million naira to a lawyer to draft a document? Like, to them, that's so ridiculous
yeah.
because it's not physical.
I agree with you.
It's not physical. I think people need to actually understand why they're doing what they're doing. I feel we have things that we are investing in that bigger firms are not investing in. Not because we have money to waste, it's because we value structure. You need to have a good foundation in whatever you're doing. You need to have a good foundation. So then we're talking about startups and things that founders need to know.
You need to know.
Let me give you a little secret.
Tell us. I mean, that's why we're here.
That's a cheat code.
Many people come up with a name. Let's call this one fancy blocks. Let's just say somebody's business idea is fancy blocks.
Yeah.
That is, it's just fancy blocks. And then they start putting CEO fancy blocks on their WhatsApp status.
Okay. Yeah.
They say everybody CEO. Not that, but fancy blocks does not exist.
Yeah.
As long as the company has not been registered and you don't have an incorporation certificate, you see that thing you're calling fancy blocks does not exist. Fancy blocks. You go online. Now these days you have AI, so you use ChatGPT to get yourself a template. You say, "Oh, this is the kind of agreement I want to have with this person," and you generate something, and then it looks good to you. Fancy blocks. You sign. Your client signs, and you're protected.
Yeah.
I've seen people do that. I look at the thing and I laugh. What is fancy? There's nothing like fancy blocks. Take that thing to court. It's a useless piece of paper.
It doesn't stand.
Fancy blocks does not exist. You have to register a company first that has that name. Otherwise, you use your own name, your legal name, not your nickname.
Yeah. Your legal name.
Not Esh Fancy Blocks.
Why me? Why me?
That does not exist. And many people don't know that. I bet that if we have a lot of startup founders listening to this, many of them have either done this before or are doing it right now.
Right now.
You're operating, you're doing business, and then you want to receive payments, you give your personal account. No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
That is not professional. It should carry your company name. It can only do that if you've given your incorporation documents to a bank to open a corporate account
for you. Yeah.
And then again, you're moving millions. There are businesses, there are young startups that are seeing a lot of inflow, a lot of outflow. You're moving millions and you're operating with @gmail.com. Really?
But is it possible?
Why?
Is it possible that you can even get to that point of moving million when your business is not registered? Is it really possible?
Yes.
Like people selling land, Abby? Or who? What's the example? How can you get to a point where you're moving millions in an account and you're not registered?
Very good.
Basically, it's going to be a personal account anyway because you're not registered, you can't open.
You have a rich father and a rich mother. You have rich parents who threw everything at you. They gave you things in life for free. Now, I have rich parents, but thankfully they did not spoil me. I work for my own money. Many people say, Disun, Olowo. We see Disun himself, Olowo. You're this, you're that. Even my name, Ola Disun, means wealth has now become like a fountain. They say, that is my parents' money. And that's not what we're talking about here. A lot of people are just spoilt.
Yeah.
And then, and then, so you see, parents have given an entire company, they buy or rent a office space, they give it to their child, and then, they bought a car for the child, they give their own clients to the child, they say, this line of the business, talk to my son. That child doesn't have any business sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
That child doesn't have a corporate account. That child mixes personal funds with corporate funds.
Yeah.
That is another big mistake that people make. You should not have corporate funds in the same account as your personal account. You should not. You should have a structure even for payments. Even if you're running a sole proprietorship, that is, you don't have any partners in your startup.
Yeah.
You should pay yourself a salary. It should be structured. There should be predictability for your business. There should be predictability. So a lot of things actually boil down to how much does a person value what we call structure. And then if a structure is properly valued, these people they are much more likely to engage a lawyer who is going to look at what they are doing. First of all, even advise the proper mode of business to be registered.
Yeah.
A proper form of business. Everything must not be a limited liability company.
Okay.
What if it's a passion project?
Okay.
Should I? Well, it's a good example, so why not? Someone lost their daughter to leukemia.
Okay.
for instance.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of money. So they now want to raise awareness
About that.
about
Leukemia.
leukemia
Yeah.
and help leukemia patients.
Patients. Yes.
You're not going to register a limited liability company.
No, you won't.
You're going to register a foundation.
Yeah.
You're going to be limited by guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
And it operates very differently. An incorporated trustee like that, I've used different terms. Sorry, I don't want to confuse you. Let me
Don't be confused.
An incorporated trustee or a foundation, let's call it a foundation, it operates under different rules. It can't make, it's not something for profits.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Yes.
money there is to be applied towards charitable
Yeah.
things, or you love soccer. I know a lot of Nigerians like soccer. I like basketball. A lot of Nigerians like soccer, right?
No wonder we're not winning our football matches. You don't like football.
A lot of Nigerians like soccer, and so you want your money to develop
Yeah.
Soccer,
secondary
yeah.
school
Soccer
teams,
teams,
yes.
so that people that actual talents can actually have a chance of having a bright future.
Yeah.
You're not going to register a limited liability company. So
No.
First of all, you will need a lawyer to look at what you want to do and advise you on how you should proceed
Yeah, yeah.
with doing it. And then while you're doing it, there are many transactions that you're going to want to have, that you will need to have. And this is also very relevant to startups. You're going to have staff. You're going to have employees. They will need employee agreements. We have people who have been paying their staff without any form of agreement.
That's very true.
And so now a staff decides to quit and badmouths you and gives out to you even your business secrets.
Information.
Yes, to outsiders. Say, after all, there was nothing signed. Normally, a good employee agreement would have a confidentiality clause.
Yeah,
cannot
that you can't talk about my business
our business outside. Yeah.
outside.
And you can't steal my clients. Okay, so but then staff will poach on the clients of their employees, steal them off, offer them at a much lower rate.
Yes, yes.
Steal them. You need an employee agreement for your staff. I've already spoken to about what you need among your co-founders. You're going to need a founders agreement. Now, let us say you are raising investments, and a lot of these investments come from abroad.
Okay.
A lot of them come from the US, right? You're raising investments. You're going to need an investment term sheet. The
That's what
term
they call
sheet is like a preliminary document that states the modalities of that investment. This is what this company is valued at. This is how much investment is coming in. This is what the investor is getting in return.
Yeah, the returns.
So these are the obligations of the startup. You're meant to grow to XYZ. You're meant to do XYZ with this investment. You're going to need an investment term sheet. That term sheet is usually prepared by lawyers. The investor has his own lawyer.
Yeah, of
Don't
course.
make no mistake about that. They have their own lawyer.
Yeah.
You need your own lawyer. Another mistake that a lot of people make is somebody gives you an agreement, you take it, you look
You
at it,
sign
and
it.
Sign.
That person
sign.
had a lawyer. Why do you think you don't need your own lawyer? This is very common when people want to rent houses. They give you a tenancy agreement and they just sign it.
It's true.
They just
Like,
sign
do
it.
that.
So you're telling the tenants now to bring their own lawyer.
Oh yes.
So if I ask my tenant to pay like 2 million per annum, so you bring his lawyer, they come and beat it down.
No, it's not to beat it down.
Okay.
It's to look at the contents, the terms
Terms
of
of-
the agreement. There are different times when somebody makes see what my landlord is saying. Landlord can't do that.
Increment
And I'm
out
like,
of-
okay, let me see your tenancy agreement. I'm like, but sorry,
Then I don't have.
it states right here in quote, landlord can do that.
And you signed. And you signed.
That's what you signed.
And you signed.
So many people don't know what they are signing. And let me now use this opportunity to speak a little bit on entertainment law, because this is another real issue.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of artists, young talents, once somebody discovers their talents and wants to believe in them, invest in
them.
them, and they're handed a record label agreement, I don't blow, sign.
Sign.
What did you sign? You don't know. Once there's a fallout between the record label and the artist, that is when the record label will pull up the agreement and remind them, hey, it says here that your name, your stage name, Golden Globe. Golden Globe belongs to us.
The record label.
The record label. not you. Golden Globe belongs to us.
Many artists
So unless you do
pretend.
as we say, you can't use this name that is popular that everybody knows. Your image rights, the right to put your picture online, on social media or anywhere and use it for any promotional activities, that right belongs to us. Guess what? Your songs, your hit songs belong to us, the record label, not you. Why? Record label funded it, and so they want to. It's capitalism. They want to cash out, make as much money as possible on everything. And so when these kind of things happen, and artists sign bad things, you might have noticed a certain artist um, changed his name. He just changed the letters at the end. You know, I'm not going to.
Is it Benson?
He changed his name.
I'm thinking of Buju Benson.
He changed his name
Is it Benson?
very slightly.
Is it Benson? Is he your law? Is he your client?
No, it's not.
So mention his name now. Mention his name.
Kiss Daniel.
What do you call it? Kiss Daniel.
Yes.
So Kiss Daniel did something in that name.
I didn't notice.
It
Did
was
he?
Kiss, Kiss. Now
Yeah.
it is Keys.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
KIZZ.
okay. Okay.
Now, I am
wow.
not, I am not
I
his
really
lawyer.
did not notice.
I am not his lawyer.
Yeah.
I do not represent him. But with my knowledge of the industry,
Yes.
I bet you what happened there was a fallout.
Yeah, there was. It was.
His record label.
It was publicized.
Yes. And they told him, your name belongs to us. Oh, Kiss belongs to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I am Keys. Touch me. They can't do anything anymore.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Many people, even Taylor Swift, lost access to the rights to most of her early songs because she signed a bad agreement. So when you say
Wow.
there's a tenancy agreement, your lawyer is not coming in to bid down the price. The lawyer is coming in to make sure that the agreement is something
clear
that works
and
With
for
ease,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So, many people just make those kind of mistakes. Startups should definitely not make those mistakes. You're entering into a supply agreement, for instance, and a distribution agreement, and the other team has given you something to sign. Their lawyers prepared it. You're not a lawyer. Don't deceive yourself that you understand what you're reading, because you don't. It looks like English, right? It's English that we use.
So it's
But
English. So
it
what
is
about
English.
it? Do you guys do this on deliberately?
Oh yes,
Do it-
like I said.
Oh, like the doctors do with
Law
their
is
handwriting
very
as well when they write
specific.
prescription.
I mean, the doctor's one, that sounds diabolical. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it, because I'm looking at it like how. But then you hand it over to
The
the.
next doctor or
And they can read
pharmacist.
it.
They can
know
read it.
exactly
Pharmacists
what
Pharmacists
it
can
is.
read it.
I don't
Nurses
understand.
can read it. So you guys do that
thought
deliberately
about
as
it.
well.
Law is very, very specific. The inclusion or exclusion of a
Of
single,
single
word,
word.
can change the meaning
Of the whole document.
There was a case where some people were approached saying that they were going to be funded to get a particular training. After this training, each of them is guaranteed a job that pays at least 300,000.
Yeah.
These guys
Per
quit their
month.
jobs. These guys had jobs. Yes, per month. They quit their jobs based on this representation. Signed agreements given to them by the company that made that stuff. And then afterwards, the company comes after them. Hey, pay us our money that we are that you said you pay afterwards. But the company did not give them jobs.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, you can't do that. And they showed us the agreement. Haha. The company
Sorry.
crafted it very cleverly. They looked at it and they read what it meant to them was, you have your rights. We looked at it with legal eyes and we saw you don't have your rights.
Seriously.
Yes, things can be very, very deceptive.
Yeah.
And there are many things that only
Loan
a
sharks, they
lawyer
do that
will
too.
notice. Loan sharks. Yeah, there are many things that only a lawyer will notice. So it's very unfortunate. I mean, you have brilliant people. Yeah, I've had clients that while we're trying to navigate a problem, they say things that I didn't think of.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm not saying that they are not brilliant.
All right.
You're brilliant, but there are specializations for a reason. People are trained differently, and I respect that. I would also, defer to other professionals in their field. I'm not going to think I can do it better. But so many people think they are saving. That's just the painful part. Many people think they are saving money
By not engaging a lawyer.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's the opposite that actually happens. And just one more thing on this. You look like you have a question. So before your next question, One more thing on this. I personally believe that it is part of a lawyer's duty to protect the money of their clients. That means that if you have a lawyer, if you've engaged a lawyer, you're paying a lawyer to represent you, overall, you should actually make more money than you should not.
Okay.
And I'm going to just
That
give
you ought to. You
that
don't
you
have a
ought
lawyer.
to, yes, if you didn't have a lawyer, yes. There was an artist that a record label signed, and I looked at the record label agreement. A lot of the nasty things I expected were not even there, and that was good. But
Okay.
then I noticed that there was no provision for a premium. A premium is the money that the record label pays the artist on signing. Like, oh, once you sign, here's some money up front.
Yeah.
There was nothing like that. So I spoke with the owners of the record label. I'm like, hey, let's throw in a premium into this agreement. And they agreed.
Wow.
Now that artist got paid 750K for
Up
signing
front.
that document.
Up front, yeah.
Because a lawyer looked at the agreement. The artist had no idea about it. The artist was ready to sign. Nobody spoke about it, but the lawyer that knew spoke about it. Did I make money from that? No.
Ah, you didn't make 10% from the 750.
No.
Why didn't you?
It wasn't my business. My business is to make your business better.
Ah, well, I need to pay you for it.
You've already paid me
You
to
paid,
look
like-
at the agreement.
Ah.
And it was even something I even did more on like a favor level.
Okay.
Because it was for a good friend.
Oh.
At least at the time. So I just that's why I said that some of the way we operate, my people might find it hard to believe. We are actually looking out for how can we make your position better than it was
Okay.
before you engaged us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I believe that a part of a lawyer's job is to
Bring
protect
value.
the client's money. That's what I believe.
So, sir, you have a question?
Now, I was going to speak about like how important is it for like startup structures. Let's say you're operating on sole proprietorship versus partnership or limited liability. So, if as a startup you're starting as a sole proprietorship, would it be easy to switch later to
Oh yes.
Limited liability, Abi? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so a sole proprietorship just speaks to the constitution of the team. If someone is riding solo, that is a sole proprietorship. If the person is moving with one or two people, okay, you're not doing this on your own.
Yes.
There are other people who have a stake in the business, who share in the profits and loss. Then
Yeah.
it's not a sole proprietorship. Then in that case, it's a partnership. It can even be an associateship, but let's not go into
Don't buzz
that.
my viewers'
point.
brain.
The point is that you can upgrade your registration even if you registered a business name.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, good. A little thing people need to understand about business names:
Yeah.
a business name doesn't create a separate legal identity. It is still you. So, for instance, if I register Golden Globe,
Yeah.
let's use Golden Globe again. If I register Golden Globe as a business name, the only way I can actually enter into an agreement, a contract that will be valid in court, that will be enforceable, is if I say Disun Olofoeku, trading under the name
name.
and style of Golden Globe. That is legal. That is valid. Most people probably don't know that.
I don't know that.
I don't
If I just wrote Golden Globe as the party name, it's a useless document.
Why is it a useless
Because
document?
a business name simply recognizes the fact that this individual is doing a business
Under
under,
that name.
this name. But it doesn't create a separate legal identity. When you incorporate a company, what happens is that a separate legal identity is created. That is an artificial person.
Okay.
So we are natural people, right?
Yeah. Mm.
We also have artificial people, and those are companies. And the company is separate. Even if I'm the only shareholder,
Yeah.
I'm the only director of a company, I'm Disun. That is different
It's
from
separate from
Golden
the
Globe Limited.
Sure.
A company, a limited liability company, will always end with limited.
Yeah.
Whether they write it as LTD or
Or in
in
full.
full,
Mhm.
limited. So if you have a limited liability company, it's also important. It is the way your name was registered on CAC. That is how you should enter contracts.
With okay.
Yes, that's what should enter the contract. If you have a product, let's say I start doing Golden Globe rice crackers. and I enter a contract as Golden Globe Rice Crackers. That is useless because I didn't register any company as Golden Globe Rice
Rice
Crackers.
crackers.
Just
Well, the company is Golden Globe.
Golden
So
Globe.
it is that same Golden Globe that will
that
still
issue
enter.
enter into the contract.
I
Okay.
can market things using Golden Globe Rice Crackers. And that now brings us to another thing that startup founders should pay attention to, which is patents and trademarks.
Okay, because
Very important.
you're in fact
Intellectual property.
you're taking all our questions out of our mouth because we had a lot of
going to
questions
speak- I was
here,
going to
but you've
speak on that.
answered most of them before we even ask. Now, this one you're talking about is brand logos, and I don't even want to talk about business name anymore because you've told us CAC and blah. So to protect brands and logos as well. And again, let me add, because this one is even coming from me. If you have an idea as an individual, just to one person, you have an idea. How do you also protect it? So don't forget now, you're going to help me answer how do you protect the brand, the logo, and if you have an idea.
Yeah.
Because you know that there's a possibility of you sharing your ideas with people, like investors. So how do you prevent
Them from stealing.
Oh goodness! So
Very good
brand,
question.
logo, idea. How do you protect them?
Okay. So now we have entered the realm of intellectual property.
We have.
This is intellectual property.
We have.
That's something else that we do. So so the brand refers to the name Golden Globe.
Yeah.
This globe is getting famous.
Oh, okay. So you,
This is the Golden
that's
Globe.
what inspired you.
So the brand is the name, the identity. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is one of the strongest brands in the world.
It is.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to go to maybe a training on IP without the trainer using the example
Of Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. It's such a very powerful brand. Anybody that hears Coca-Cola knows what it is.
I do.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
You know, I don't need to give you more information.
Yeah.
You're on the same page once you hear Coca-Cola. Okay, good. So the name, that identity. So Golden Globe is the brand, right?
Yeah.
But then you also have a logo. And there are different types of logos.
This is a logo, isn't it?
I mean, not
Golden
not-
Globe.
Not exactly.
Okay, not exactly.
That is a logo. Knowledge Lounge podcast.
Oh, okay. So you're saying a logo.
The specific way in which your Knowledge Lounge podcast is written,
Oh,
you write it the
okay.
same way.
Okay.
That is a logo.
Every now and then, anywhere.
That is
in all your
okay.
documents.
So if you just see like a tick white,
Like Nike?
that is Nike. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is the logo.
Logo.
That
Okay.
anybody can see and identify. Hey, this
Nike
is this
with.
brand.
Yes.
You see a lot of cars. In fact, some I don't know. Some car manufacturers are proud. They just put their logo. They don't put their name. I'm like, hey, not everybody knows you. You're not Toyota, but
Okay.
if you see the logo of Toyota,
You're not Mercedes.
you're not Mercedes. You will know that is a Toyota.
Toyota, yes.
Even if you've not yet seen where they wrote Toyota,
Toyota, yeah.
Yeah.
Camry, or Toyota Corolla, or Lexus, once you see that mark, that image, that design,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is that is the image, that's the logo.
Yes.
So now that now comes under trademarks. A trademark is a registration.
You mean the
that-
brand and the logo comes on a trademark?
Yes, the name.
brand.
The name. Yes.
Yes.
The brand name and,
And the logo. Okay.
So that is a trademark. A trademark is a registration that recognizes the ownership of that name and that image, that logo, to the exclusion of everyone else.
Yes.
That's what a trademark is.
Yes.
And it is exactly, like I said, the law is very specific.
Yeah.
It is the exact name and the exact logo that
Logo.
you submit for registration that you have to use. If you add anything to it, like Golden Globe under and I write rice crackers, that is not protected because what I registered was Golden,
Golden
Globe.
Globes.
If I want to add rice crackers, I need to register that separately.
Yeah.
And when you talk about trademarks, there are, I think, about 46. There are, no, there are over 50 actually. There are different classes that you can register a trademark in. So there's like, for instance, there's food and drink.
Oh, okay,
There's
okay.
textiles,
Okay.
manufacturing.
Okay.
So like, if I register Golden Globe, I need to have figured
Specific,
out
yeah.
which areas of business am I trying to engage in
Yeah.
as Golden Globe. If I'm focusing on food and drink, then I'll register under that class. If I'm focusing also on maybe technology, I want there to be an app where people can easily access my services.
Yes.
I also register under the technology class.
Is it not possible to register
You can register
compare
under
that to
all the
multiple-
classes, but that will be very expensive.
Expensive.
Okay.
Imagine 750,000 naira per class
What? In Nigeria?
in Nigeria.
So this registration of trademarks and logos, is it with the CAC as well?
It's not with the CA.
Because I want them to know. I know it's not with the, look, I'm asking questions that viewers are,
You're talking about
So-
intellectual property.
Yes,
now,
yes,
things that you
yes.
need to protect.
So where do you register that?
Okay, so you register that with the we have the Nigerian Patent Registry.
Okay.
Then we also
I didn't know the Nigerian Copyright Commission. What about the Nigerian Copyright Commission? Or is the patent registry under the Nigerian Copyright Commission, or
they are
they
different,
different?
but the Copyright Commission enforces your rights.
Oh, okay.
It's a regulatory body
Body, yeah. All right.
where you can get your rights enforced.
Yes.
It's different from the patent registry.
All right.
Just like you want to register your property, real estate, you have the lands registry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are different. And then we have the WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization.
Oh, okay.
Because many people, you want to protect their brands beyond Nigeria.
Yes.
And so we have so many countries. So there are like associations that have been made, and WIPO normally, it speaks to that.
Okay.
If you start a registration through WIPO, it helps you get your trademark registered across many countries
Yeah.
at the same time.
Fine. Okay.
At the same time. And the essence of that registration is so somebody else cannot use that name.
Of course.
Now, companies that have gained notoriety, like Coca-Cola, it is so popular.
Why are you using the word
that
notoriety?
I meant to notoriety can actually be used to speak to publicity.
Okay.
It is so notoriously popular
Okay,
that
okay.
you cannot claim that you own Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Everybody knows you don't own Coca-Cola.
I can't even tell my girlfriend I own Coca-Cola.
That's what I mean. So, someone like Coca-Cola does not need to come and register their trademark
Trademark in Nigeria anymore.
because it's too popular.
Yeah.
Its reputation precedes it.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
But if I'm starting Golden Globe, I need to register that. And now, so this is the Knowledge Land podcast. It's getting traction. So this podcast becomes a very huge thing. One thing that Nigerians love to do is copy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You've noticed.
Nigerians love to copy. Even in the music industry, it's a bit painful. Once a song succeeds, the specific lyrics, you hear the same word for word, line for line. You hear it in different songs.
Anyway, the one I've noticed right now is the gym industry.
Oh, really?
Haba. You've not seen gyms springing up everywhere.
I mean,
Apart from the one that we know that has an app, gyms are springing up everywhere. They're copying after that one.
Yeah, true.
Everywhere.
I actually thought about this. Because
you want to start one?
We have iFitness, right? We have iFitness
Yeah.
gym. And then I saw iFit gym.
Whoa.
I fit. Like I'm
yes,
fit.
sir.
Yeah.
Or no, say I'm fit gym. And I was like, is that supposed to be a play on iFitness?
Yeah, it is.
I'm fit.
You want to confuse you, so you enter that place, you think you're going into
Not just
iFitness,
gyms, because I
and you'll
know
have
someone
finished
who
registration
started
before you
eye
realize.
salon. And then I'm like, what's the idea behind it? He said no.
And because
there's
iPhone,
So people would think, oh, it's owned by iFitness, so it will attract more customers.
So that is misrepresentation, and that is one thing that that the law frowns on for protected IPs. IPs are intellectual properties. So if your trademark is registered, your specific name and your specific logo have been registered, and somebody else wants to steal your business, because what trademarks do, or what a brand does, more specifically a brand helps you to build goodwill with your audience.
Yeah.
With your clients, the brand builds goodwill. Now, a lot of people pay for that goodwill.
Yeah. In accounting, if you want to sell your business, there is a path where you sell goodwill for money. You
Yes.
write it there, you sell it.
Yes.
In accounting, it's
Not
there.
necessarily the product.
Yes, not necessarily. No, it's like intangibles
Yeah.
stuff.
You-
Because that name, when they buy the company, it helps that new owners to make a lot of money from the goodwill of the previous
Yes.
owners.
So to put it quite simply, I'm sorry, I'm just going to use the first thing that comes to mind.
No problem.
Ragolis. I think Ragolis is a popular brand name for water, in Nigeria, right? So people feel comfortable buying a bottle of water that has Ragolis
Branded
on
on
it.
it, yes, of course.
But then if you see Golden Globe.
I was asking questions.
You might,
You're
and
not
it's right
sure.
next to a Ragolis. You're more likely to pick the Ragolis.
Yeah.
Yes, if the
They are
price
both
is
water.
yeah,
In fact, Golden Globe might be
cheaper.
better.
Yeah, or cheaper.
It might be cheaper
Yeah,
and
better.
better.
But I will settle for the one
But
I
you
know.
take exactly what you know.
What you're familiar
Ragolis. That is the brand. It has already built goodwill.
Yes.
So what a lot of people try to do, once they see, oh, this thing is gaining traction, it's doing well, then knockoffs are going to come up. And that's where we have our Abba boys. If anybody has ever, seen
My guys, Naba.
Adidas instead of Adidas, some people are wearing
Man,
Adidas.
I'm telling you.
know, and we have some.
And people really don't
all
take
sorts
notes.
of wonderful products.
Yeah, they don't take
Yes,
notes.
Someone
They really
might
don't
not
take
notice
notes.
that
Who notices on
the
time?
name is different.
Yes.
So even the CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, you want to register a company, we have to first of all, same thing applies to trademarks. You have to actually first of all conduct a name
Search.
availability search.
Yeah.
Church.
Because they're not going to allow you register a name
That's
that
very
is similar to that of an existing brand, an existing business, so that you don't trick or deceive
People.
clients into patronizing you when they were trying to
Patronize the
that
other one. Yes.
business.
Yes.
So now we have spoken about the brand name and
The
we have
logo.
spoken about the logo.
Now the idea.
Now, the idea, that is the real intellectual property, because it's the idea is what you make money off, really.
Yes.
Now, the very, very basic things, for you to be able to protect an idea, and that is now a patent.
Yes.
Your idea must be original.
Yeah.
You can't just copy someone and say, "Hey, I want to do my own." You can't. No, it has to be original. You need to have put in some substantial work into putting it together.
Oh, okay. Putting it
Yes,
together.
Yes, it needs to be
Like in a codified document? Like in a document or what?
no. So the document is what you use to present it.
So, okay.
But it shouldn't be something obvious.
Ah,
It shouldn't be something like.
like physical?
So let's say, for instance, obviously we pour water into a cup. Some people pour like this. Let's imagine this was wine.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to etiquette, there are different ways of doing things.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to pour wine, normally you tip
Oh, okay.
glass.
Okay.
You tip your glass and you pour. I can't say that, hey, this particular angle of holding this cup
Is
is original to me.
Oh.
I've not seen anybody doing that.
all right.
And so I'm going to hold it at this angle and I'm going to get a patent on that. So anyone that holds their cup at this angle has to pay me for doing so. No. It's original, yeah, but is there any substantial creativity going to it? No. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And then there are different classes of ideas that can be patented. We have musical and literal works, broadcasting. So, for instance, this podcast is a broadcast.
Yeah.
So this can be patented. Someone can't lift your script. Maybe go watch an episode, see what you did, and go and do the same
Exact same
thing.
thing.
Even if it is with different people, the same words.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are different classes of things that can be registered. But the most important thing to know is that what the law protects is ideas that have been put into permanent form, not what is in your head. So I'm a songwriter, actually.
Oh, okay.
So let's now speak to music a little bit
Yeah.
more. I write a song, and I say, hey, check this out. I sing it to you, and hey, that sounds good. You go into your studio and you record it. And when Wizkid first came out, yeah, Holla at Your Boy,
Yeah.
that song,
Holla at Your Girl.
somebody was
Holla at
claiming
Your
that
Boy.
Wizkid stole the song from him.
Seriously.
Oh yes.
Ah,
I didn't hear
Yes.
about that.
I didn't hear it.
I mean, people were laughing at the guy because they were like, okay, Wizkid has many other songs that are doing well.
Yeah.
Let's say Wizkid actually stole Holla at Your Boy from you. Where are your other songs? But let's say that you now go and record the song, and I try to sue you. I'm not going to succeed because all I did was sing it. It's not in any permanent form. The first
Oh,
person to put it
okay.
in permanent form was you when you recorded it. Now, does that mean you have to go to the studio? No. I simply pick up my phone. I make a voice recording. I make a voice recording. That is permanent form. My lyrics are, something that can be protected separately from the melody and the
okay.
harmony.
Yeah.
That is to be sung, or the musical
Yeah,
sheets,
yeah.
right? So I have written my lyrics down. That can be protected because it
Okay,
is
it's
in
in a
permanent
permanent form.
form.
Wow. So this
Yeah.
permanent form underlined. I said permanent form underlined is essential.
Yes,
That
it
for
has.
an
That's
idea,
important.
it has to
It is.
be
It
in a
is.
permanent
But
form.
now, the interesting thing is that under Nigerian law, uh, ideas reduced into permanent form are automatically protected. Normally,
Automatically, whether you
yes.
approach for
Whether you
patent
have,
registration or not.
yes,
So explain that. That is very
yes,
interesting point.
yes. So now you wonder why register? Why register? If I have a song and I have put it into permanent form, and then somebody steals it and I take the person to court, it's on me to prove
Yeah, that
that
is
I wrote
originally
this
yours.
thing
Yes.
down before that person
Yeah.
Yes.
put
Yeah.
it down.
Yes.
But what if I had registered with the patent registry? The proof is already in the hands of the government.
Yeah.
All I need to do is produce my certificates, my patent certificate,
Yeah.
or if my certificate is not yet out, because that process can take some time.
Okay.
Sometimes it can take anything between the 12 to 24 months.
Wow.
That's 2
Yes,
years.
it can take some time in Nigeria. Let's say my patent certificate is not yet out. There's a letter, like an approval
Okay.
letter,
Okay.
that is
Okay.
issued earlier.
Oh, okay.
I can use to prove that, hey, look at when I filed this patent, and look at when this person came up with this stuff. And then now that speaks to the question that you asked: what if you have a business idea and you want to approach
And yes,
investors?
yes, yes.
How are you going to protect the idea? Because a lot of the time, the person approaching the investor is in a weaker position.
Thank you. Thank you.
That person doesn't have leverage.
At
The
all.
investor has all the money, has all the equipment, has everything that they need to get what you need done. You need them, they don't need you.
Wow.
So you approach an investor
That's serious.
and you say you have this idea, and oh, let's do it together. The investor says, okay, I'll look at it and get back to you. And then you see your production.
Out there.
This is what has happened
It's
in
happened,
Nigeria very
yes,
well.
yes.
When I said production, well, my mind was going to actual facts, like, movie scripts.
All right.
Yes, TV productions.
Yes.
And they've made their pitch, and the production studio says we'll get back to you, and then they now see their production is being aired. The same story, same scenes, even the same down to the character names.
Wow.
The only thing that changed was that you didn't benefit from it. So how do you get out of that kind of situation? Many investors will not agree to sign a non-disclosure agreement.
Oh, okay.
NDAs are important documents that
We discussed
that
with-
we use in business,
Yeah.
because it basically says that, hey, you are not allowed to discuss what I'm about to share with you with anybody without my permission.
Yeah.
Yeah. So NDAs are very important, and it's a basic thing that you put your foot forward with. I have a good idea. I want to share it. Okay, let's sign an NDA so that I can comfortably tell you my secrets. Because now there's a document that doesn't allow you steal that from me. Many investors will not agree
To sign that.
document.
They are dubious, man.
They don't agree. They say, hey, you either tell me or you get out. So guess what you can do? You can register your idea.
I have a quick question.
But yeah,
You were talking about, let's say you're a songwriter, I'm a songwriter, or I'm not even a songwriter, you wrote a song, and
Yeah.
then you came to share your idea with me, and then you went back, I liked the idea, I wrote it down. You already have your lyrics, but
Yeah.
I wrote it down. You said the moment you write it down,
it's reduced into a permanent form.
yes. So what if you wrote it first, but then I went to register first, actually,
Actually.
and
Yes.
then I produce the song, you heard the song, and like, this is my song, this is my lyrics, so you take me to court. Who
Yeah.
wins that case?
Then it depends on how you wrote it down. So again, this speaks to habits that we really need to have in this digital age. I have my data, information, pictures from as far back as 2011. Um, because and now this doesn't really have to do with the fact that I'm using an iPhone, but an iPhone, when you're using an iPhone, you can easily transfer your
So a new phone,
information
yeah.
to a new phone.
Yeah.
And then you back your data up on iCloud.
Yes.
You don't have to use an iPhone. There's Google. Google has
Yeah, yeah.
cloud
Google, yeah.
services.
Yes.
You can use Dropbox.
Yes.
There are many different cloud services that anybody can decide to use. So if you were, let's just say, an organized person,
Yeah.
and then you wrote your notes maybe digitally, because that's what I do actually. I don't use pen and paper when I'm writing songs.
Okay.
I don't use pen and paper. I use my phone. I use this app, Evernote, for many years.
Oh, yeah.
Some of you might have heard of it.
I do.
Your information is saved on the cloud. Still my phone, still my laptop. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to log into my Evernote somewhere else. You can see the date and time that I created this. You can see it is written down.
That's
I can
exactly what I was
prove
hoping that you would say.
that I documented it.
Because of the
before you
timestamp.
did.
Yeah, but
timestamp.
hypothetically, you write it down on paper. I write it down on paper. Same lyrics, word for
Okay.
word. But then I went to register first, not you.
Registration presumes ownership. So if we both wrote it down on paper,
Yeah, but
I
you did
registered
first.
first.
But-
Too
but
bad.
I-
It's too bad for me.
Okay.
Too bad for me. The registration presumes that you are the author. Author, that's the
Yeah, the
term
songwriter, yeah.
that we use legally.
Are you serious about that?
Presumes that you are the author.
But I thought
He said once you write it down, it's already.
wait, but I thought we agreed
it's
on.
automatic, but nobody knows about it.
But we agreed on.
And earlier we said he who asserts must prove. So I come up and I say, hey, I'm the one that wrote this first. I need to prove it.
I wrote it down. There's a date next to it.
No, she said she wrote it on paper.
paper.
Yeah, I wrote it down
Okay,
on
but then
paper.
on that
There's a
paper,
date
you
next to
dated
it.
Not everybody writes.
Okay, no,
That
I'm.
can be
Date.
challenged
All right,
because you
I'm
could have
furnishing a
added
question.
that date
Okay,
anytime.
okay, let's agree that I'm furnishing a question.
Okay.
With a date on it. That's the timestamp. Date on
Okay,
it.
then how are we going to prove that? If I was handling such a case, I needed to represent you, I'm going to want to call in a special witness. I'm going to call in, there are handwriting specialists
Yeah, to check the
that can
check the other
study the
date,
ink.
the age of
Yes,
Uh-huh.
the ink on the paper.
Yes.
And determine
It's as
how
old
old is
it
this
is.
thing. Is it as old as that
that date, yes.
Or is this something that was more recently added?
Yes. As my-
Again, you can win if you have a good lawyer.
Yes, if you have a good lawyer and you can get that person you just spoke about.
Even if I register to.
I'm not a lawyer, but I know about that. So
Yes.
Because I understand what he's saying.
Yes.
He's saying
Yeah. Even if
if
you've
you have a
registered
date,
it.
yours
Yes,
is dated.
if it is timestamp.
And then I
As long-
registered first.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I'm handling the matter,
Yeah.
all I need to do is prove to the court that my client registered this, they wrote this thing down 1st. There is a relationship between my client and this other person.
Yeah.
My
yeah.
client could have, as we claim, shared this information
With-
this person.
Why?
My client met with this person on this date. Anything I can find to establish that they actually had a meeting and that they, would exchange such ideas. If I can provide video evidence, maybe there was a CCTV footage, or if it could be documentary evidence, if it was an email or a WhatsApp chat that established that meeting, as long as I can prove that my assertions are more likely to be true,
Yeah.
the law looks at a balance of probabilities. Now, it's only criminal law that has to be proven beyond all reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
It has to be proven beyond all reasonable doubt. Otherwise, it's a balance of probabilities. There's a scale.
Okay.
As long as I can provide enough evidence that shows that, hey, I'm most likely the one saying the truth here, I can win.
Abi?
And very quickly on that, I said lawyers don't really, I'm sorry, a lot of people don't really know what lawyers do. Then you hear this saying, lawyers are liars. I've heard that going around, which is just very funny because lawyers are human beings, right? And
Okay.
human beings lie.
Yeah.
Now, not everyone lies. I, for one, don't.
I don't.
And people will tell you that, you just lied because they believe that
So
everybody
2 out of 3 people now. So what do you think I would say? I don't lie too. How can I say I lie?
So now criminal law, like I said, it has to be proven beyond reasonable doubt. But criminal law is personal. a lawyer cannot speak for an accused person, a suspect, the person that the law is facing.
Yeah.
A lawyer can't speak for the person. A lawyer can only represent the person's position. So, for instance, when the court asks a person, "Are you innocent or guilty?" the lawyer doesn't speak.
It's the
It is
person
the
that
person that
says.
speaks, "I'm innocent" or "I'm guilty." The documents that the lawyer presents to the court are the position of the
Client,
person.
the person, the
Yes.
accused.
Not the position of the lawyer.
Yeah,
The
the
lawyer
position.
does not get involved in
Of
a
course.
case. A lawyer cannot even give evidence in a case that he's working on. I'm representing you, and then when you're calling your witnesses, me too, I'll go and climb
Yeah,
the
climb the-
stand that, hey, I want to testify.
No.
I can't do that.
Okay.
We actually,
So you are exonerating the lawyers as being liars.
yeah, we actually dealt with a lawyer at the High Court for doing that.
He did it.
He did it. He
Oh,
wanted, he
oh.
put himself as witness for the clients that he was representing, and we told the court to discountenance
His
everything this guy
Everything.
has said. That means, see, throw it out. That's what it means. It can't do anything.
But in the
here.
first place, why
That's
would the
why
court
they say
allow
lawyers are
that?
liars now.
No. The court didn't allow it. Anybody can say what they want to say. And what we do is we give documents to the court. The court does not draft your documents for you.
Okay.
The lawyer had drafted
Yeah, that
documents and
document.
given it to the court. And we
Okay.
looked at it and we said,
And
hey,
you
you
found
can't
out.
do that. And the court agreed with us.
Of course.
Okay, so, but now I'm saying that in criminal matters, which I think is where a lot of these misconceptions come from, what lawyers actually will do, since a matter has been proven beyond reasonable doubt, if I was to defend the criminal, for instance, what I have to do, okay, first of all, you investigate the case, because there are false accusations all around the place. It's not everyone that you see being accused of something that is guilty.
Guilty.
As a matter of fact, the law says a person is innocent until proven guilty. That's why
I thought we've changed it.
No.
I thought we've changed it.
Never.
Guilty until proven innocent. Haven't we changed it?
That might apply to politicians, but
Oh, so we've not changed it.
It's your
no.
time.
So
We've not changed
innocent
it.
until proven
Proven
guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. That is what the law says, and that is why the term suspect is used, or accused. Somebody accused you. That does not mean you're guilty. So, of course, I would have to first of all investigate: are these allegations true? We've represented people where the allegations were false. Are these allegations true? But now, if it's true, and I still need to defend it, because the law actually says that everyone has the right to legal representation. As a lawyer, I'm supposed to represent you, unless you're asking me to do something that is morally wrong. You want me to commit a crime, then I can say, hey, I'm not doing that. Go find someone else. Otherwise, I'm not meant to just turn you away because I feel like, hey, you're not a good person. Everyone has the right to legal representation.
I have
So-
a question.
Okay, so
That's
just,
like
just,
just
to-
said, okay,
yes, so
finish.
just before that, let me just land here. If I needed to protect someone that I knew was actually guilty of a crime,
That's my question.
what I need,
Okay.
all that I would need to do is to prove to the court that the prosecution did not fulfill the requirements of proving my client's guilt beyond reasonable doubt.
Because it's a criminal case.
Yes, they've said he did it. I don't even need to say he did not do it. I'll say that, hey, so we have actus reus and mens rea in criminal law. Actus reus is the guilty act. Mens rea is the guilty mind. And there has to be a
Connection.
collaboration of both. There has to be both the guilty mind and the guilty act. So, for instance, stealing is taking something, as defined by law, is taking something with the intent of permanently depriving the owner of it. So, if I took something believing it was mine, and maybe they were close to each other, and they looked the same, I picked up the wrong one by accident. You can't say I stole. The guilty act, you can argue it was there because I did in fact take
Oh, okay.
what did not belong to me.
So you're talking
But
about
the guilty
premeditation
mind, yes,
and carrying out the act.
guilty mind, that element was missing.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't plan to
I didn't plan
deprive
to.
that
Yeah.
person
I
of
wasn't
that.
trying to
Yes,
steal.
it was an honest mistake.
So now let's say that my client actually had both the guilty act and the guilty
Guilty
mind.
mind.
He did commit a crime.
Yes.
But the criminal law has to be proven beyond reasonable doubt. So that means the prosecution needs to provide overwhelming evidence
Yeah.
that the client,
Person
my
did
client committed the crime. The only thing I go to court to do is proof that they didn't provide enough evidence. They didn't meet up with the requirements of the law. And because of that, they are not able to get a conviction. And my client walks out free. Guess what people will say? Ah, that lawyer has gone to lie again.
So you're just doing your job.
They don't, because they don't know what actually happens. People lie in all professions. To me, lawyers are liars is based off terrible ignorance. Terrible ignorance.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
But some lawyers lie now.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Some lie. Some doctors lie.
Oh, okay.
Some insert whatever profession the person making
Alrighty.
the statement is in lie.
So what?
And a lot of people that say lawyers are liars lie more than we do.
Instead of arguing that the prosecutor did not find hard evidence,
Yeah.
can't you just say, let's say we're supposed to sentence you to 10 years imprisonment, let's do 5, like
Okay, so
plead for 5 instead, because
that's-
they did
yes.
commit the crime.
So that is something called an allocutus, where the prosecution has actually already proven that this person was guilty, and the judgment has been passed. Then at that point, the lawyer can now plead for leniency. That hey, okay, maybe he's a first-time offender. This is not how things would have gone normally. So just temper justice with mercy. Try and reduce the sentence. That is an allocutus. But as a lawyer, you're meant to find the best possible outcome for your client.
client.
The best possible outcome might be reduced sentence. The best possible outcome might be settlement. You settle the case. Not everything has to be fought out. Even if someone has taken a matter to court and a lawyer comes in, the lawyer's goal doesn't have to be to go and fight it in court. We try and settle the matter
Out of course.
out of court through negotiation. So yeah, there's that.
Wonderful. Okay. Do you have any other question? I don't have.
No. We've touched a lot. I keep looking at you really touched a lot. You've taken all our questions out of our mouth anyway.
Okay. Now let's just do rapid questions and just wrap it up.
All right.
I have just 10 easy questions.
Yeah, fun questions. Fun questions.
Yeah, let's have
They're not
it.
really- Okay, the first one. What's one legal document every founder should never skip?
Just one.
Just one.
That very important one.
You've mentioned like 50. Just take one at a time.
Founders agreements.
That should be the first one.
That is the one before the registration.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but many times it comes after.
Oh,
Many
okay.
people have registered, and then they now get a lawyer. Hey, come set us up.
But now you told us that the name changes.
No. The name. I said you might not successfully register the name you wanted to register.
No, I mean that the founders agreement is what you draft before you register the business. After you register the business, you now have
Partnership.
the
A
partnership.
partnership,
So that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
That the name
they
now
are not-
changes.
No, it's not just the name. The document is still different.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Many people have already registered their companies before they get a lawyer to set up their legal structure.
All right.
And investors would still want to see what your founders agreement looks like.
Yeah.
Many founders agreements were drafted for companies that could have even been in operation for over a year. And then they now find it out. Then we draft their founders agreements. We draft their partnership, their AML, CFT, their KYC, CDD. We start putting all those things together.
Okay. Second question. Register or operate first? Which should come before the other?
If you really had to pick one, I would say register first. Because I would like to assume that any startup is trying to be successful, right? You're trying to be successful, not just to be there not just to just say, oh, you're doing a thing. You're trying to be successful, and if you're taking your business seriously, you're taking yourself seriously, you're taking your investments or the investments of people that believed in you seriously, you're going to want to register first. But usually they coincide. You could have started operating and then you register. If your idea was to register as quickly as possible, and I say as quickly as possible, so maybe within 1 or 2 months of starting, that's fine. But then if you're trying to, a lot of people make the mistake of focusing on just profit. profits. You just want to keep on spending
I
what
should
you're
heed your
getting.
advice because
You don't
I'm
want
guilty of that.
to you don't want to invest in your business.
Oh, okay.
It can't grow. It can't grow as it should. It really can't.
Okay. Trademark first or logo design first?
Logo design, because you're going to want to register your logo as part of your trademark.
Trademark. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Biggest legal red flag you spot instantly in startups?
In the startup itself,
Yeah.
hmm,
Legal red flag.
the biggest legal red flag.
Okay.
Because I have to pick one.
Yeah, you should.
That, that's what I'm thinking. I have to pick one. There is no agreement between the founders.
The founders or the partners or whatever. Okay.
There's no agreement.
Okay.
No.
You want
Worse
to change
than
them?
that,
Want to change your
there
mind?
is no. Yeah, I'm changing my mind. There is no entity registered.
Oh, okay. That is the business name
Yes, they are
registered.
operating as Golden Globe, but Golden Globe
It's
doesn't
not
actually
registered.
exist.
So it does not exist.
Because they
Okay.
didn't register
Okay. It doesn't
anything.
exist.
That is the biggest one.
Okay. What's one thing founders waste money on legally?
Lawyers.
That's an interesting
Lawyers.
one.
Lawyers. They
Thing
waste
that
money on.
legally wastes money.
I'm here. I've answered the question.
Hmm.
Is that this? You're ignoring me.
I'm trying to think of what can I say that they waste, because wasting money implies that the money was spent where it should not have
Yeah.
been spent.
Yeah.
Where the money could have been saved. You said easy questions. I didn't expect to have a tough question.
Putting you on the spot.
No.
Okay, so we're making you think like a
no.
businessman. Is that
I
it?
would like to. No, I am a businessman.
No, because I'm sure that money spent on a lawyer in a business are well spent money. So that's why it's hard for you to answer, because none of your answer is going to come from that legal standpoint. It's going to come from some other parts of the business. That's why it's a tough one.
So, okay, I would say, well, spending your money on a bad lawyer.
Oh, party.
Yeah,
That's a
because
good answer.
because we have.
Well, yes, it
Yeah,
is. It is.
Because
It is.
we have some clients come to us and they tell us that, oh, they had a lawyer and they paid for this and but they didn't get it. They didn't get that. I'm like,
You get money for their money.
you had a lawyer. Like we should take that lawyer to the disciplinary committee. That the legal practitioners disciplinary
Yeah.
committee. You can report to a lawyer. See, if lawyers should be held accountable for whatever they do. Lawyers
Okay.
can be reported to a judge, to the Supreme Court. You can
Seriously?
Yes.
I thought you were talking about the NBA.
You can report to the NBA also.
I thought that's what you're talking about. So we can still take them to the Supreme Court judge, to the
Well,
courts.
yeah,
and
but
all that.
usually it's still a lawyer that will do that. Usually, but
Yeah,
lawyers are to be fit and proper. Lawyers are to be held accountable, and there are people who actually are paying lawyers and are not getting the services they are paying for. I find that's very unacceptable. There are people who bring disrepute to our profession.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere in every profession.
Okay. What's better early on, an employee or a contractor?
Good question. So we have what we call independent contractors. They do not work for you as staff. That means you do not pay them salary, and you cannot exactly dictate to them what to do. A very good example is a plumber. There's a leak and you need a plumber to come fix it. That plumber is an independent contractor. You and the plumber never signed a contract, but legally that's what the plumber is.
Yeah.
If you rely on their expertise
Yeah.
and their skill and their own decision making to get the job done. You don't call the lawyer and start going into technicalities of the measurements of the pipe. Don't use a half inch, use a 3/4. How are you supposed to know that? That's the plumber's job. Yeah, so that's what an independent contractor is. But then, of course, an employee is a staff that works for you, takes orders from you, and a staff can actually get you into trouble. If a staff does something in the name of your company or messes up, for instance, your driver is your staff, and your driver causes an accident on the road, there's something called vicarious liability. The driver doesn't have money, really. They can't sue the driver for money, but they can sue you that employ that
Employ that
driver,
driver. Okay.
there's vicarious liability.
Why is that?
Because
Oh,
It's under your
because of
that doesn't
employment.
justice,
sound right.
no,
It's
no,
under your
there should be
employment.
justice. He was carrying out your business
Yeah.
when he caused trouble for someone else. The person that the trouble was caused for needs justice.
What if he wasn't running an errand for me or something?
Good that we call that going on a frolic of your own. If the driver went on a frolic of his own, that means maybe he took your car to a place you never
Yeah,
sent him
yeah,
to.
yeah.
Then you can establish that,
Establish.
hey, you're not liable for this. You didn't even know he took your car. In that case, they go out, it's only the driver they can go after. And
Okay.
good luck to them if they can get any justice.
Okay.
But so your question was, should you have an independent contractor first or
Or
an
employee.
employee? That will to a large extent depend on your resources.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know how capitalized this startup is. I don't know how much money you have. If you don't have a lot of money, you're going to want independent contractors
Yes.
first. So you're not just paying staff. You might be paying staff and you might not have enough work to give to them.
To them,
You might not
yeah.
need that level of commitment from a
Yes.
third party. You just okay whenever the need arises, you pay. That is what you do with an independent contractor.
Yeah.
So a lot of startups will actually work with independent contractors first before they start getting staff.
Okay. One industry with the toughest regulations in Nigeria.
Cryptocurrency.
Oh, you guys find it hard to navigate that industry, right, Abi?
Yes, so it's very interesting. We have clients in that space. And even like okay, we needed to institute actions against people who had stolen from our clients
Yeah.
when maybe we were working with the police, and then the police are saying, hey, this is illegal, and then we have actually had to now write like whole documents proving to the police how what we are doing is not illegal because they don't know.
They don't know.
Many people
I know they don't know.
before this new law came in that just recognized virtual assets,
Yeah.
digital assets,
Yes.
of which cryptocurrency
It's
is
a
a
part
part
of, yeah.
of the blockchain.
Yeah.
Is a virtual asset. Before that, and I don't know if you saw the big cryptocurrency is now legal billboard. It passed across the message, but it was wrong. It wasn't illegal before.
Yeah,
It was
of
not
course.
illegal. It was just in a very legal gray area.
Oh,
It was in a
okay.
legal gray area because the government was hesitant to
Recognize it.
to recognize it, and it's needed strict regulation. So the Securities and Exchange
Commission, okay.
they started this incubation program
Okay.
for cryptocurrency,
Okay.
meaning that okay, we're not saying that you're allowed to operate in this space, but we want to test it in this incubation program.
Okay.
So if you've met our requirements, you've applied to us, you've met the requirements, then we publish your name on our website, giving you permission to run it. Let's see how it goes.
Like a test
You
run.
know, so there was that. Of course, most people were not even aware of the incubation program, talk less of meeting the requirements. And so even to put our clients app on the Apple App Store, Apple standards are very high, unlike Google Play Store where you
Yeah.
can just publish anything.
Yeah.
We had to write to Apple to prove to them, because they wanted to see the proof that you have your license
Oh,
to do
okay.
this business
Yeah.
in your
Business.
country.
Oh, okay.
We had to write to them, citing a lot of laws, citing cases that had happened in courts and all of that. We had to write to Apple and prove to them that what we are doing is legal.
Legal.
We successfully did that, and Apple approved it. They put
And
it
it's
up
on
on the
the-
Play Store.
Yeah.
Sorry, the App Store.
App Store. Apple Store.
A different client, I wanted to also put a cryptocurrency app on the App Store. Even though we wrote to Apple, they didn't approve it because that person had not fulfilled some of the
Okay,
conditions
yes.
that another of our clients had fulfilled.
Okay.
So I think for startups, it was really those in the blockchain cryptocurrency space that were facing the toughest regulatory hurdles before. Right now, I would say maybe let's say financial services, like you want to start a bank. You want to start a bank, that is tough. You need a lot of money. You need a lot of money. I mean, even if you want to start small, microfinance bank, then
Yeah.
okay, at least let's talk 500 million.
Wow.
Let's when you have that, then we can now start the conversation. It's not as if 500 million alone is will do it, but banks, what's this thing called now? We have super agents, anything that has to do with payments, huge payments,
Yeah.
POS.
Yes,
You want
POS.
to operate the POS, bureau de change,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all of these things that have to do with, and I think we have a PSSP. So people in that space right now, that huge financial space, I
Yeah.
think they are facing the highest hurdles right now.
Okay. Next question. If a startup can only protect one IP asset, what should it be?
If you can only protect one asset, I would say you should protect your brand, your name and your logo.
Name and logo.
Because yeah, depending on what you do, but that answer might change depending on what the startup does.
Okay.
Because for instance, you could have coded a program, right? You could have, like, look at Facebook. That's a good example because I think a lot of people have heard of the Facebook story where Mark Zuckerberg was sued for stealing the code that he used to start Facebook. And it was a long legal battle that spanned some years, but he was then able to prove that he used his own code. Facebook could have crumbled if they successfully sued Mark Zuckerberg over the code that Facebook was written based on. Now, if that's the type of business you do, protecting your code, that IP asset,
Should come
will be
first.
more important than protecting your name because you can use your IP under any name. Many startups are put together just to be sold. They are called sellable startups. Many people the only reason they start it is so they can sell
Sell
it
it.
at a high price
Okay.
to investors, venture capitalists that buy these things, are in the business of buying startups. So now, let's say I've started Golden Globe. I didn't register Golden Globe, but I registered the code behind the app, and it was revolutionary. Like ChatGPT came in revolutionary, doing things that haven't been done before. So I've protected the code itself,
Yeah.
which is the real business. The name Golden Globe doesn't really matter
Matter.
that much when the most important thing is the code. So, and then let's say I sell it and the buyer, Black Camera buys Golden Globe. And then that asset, that IP is now being used by Black Camera. I protected what was important. So the business goes on, even though the name changed.
Changes.
And even existing businesses without any merger and acquisition or anything like that, any sale, a business can decide to rebrand and
Yeah,
change
sure.
its name.
True.
So in that case, what is more important is the product,
Yeah.
the real products that you're selling. So it depends on your industry, and that's why it's always good to get advice from a lawyer because, like I said, what applies to someone might not apply to someone else. Even it may look similar. It may look similar. It may be the same. It may look like the same. Even land, something as basic as it is land on the floor now. My lawyer I've bought land before, and my lawyer prepared a deed of assignment. I want to buy another land. Let me just copy what he did
Okay.
and prepare it
Oh,
myself.
oh.
You can mess yourself up. You can seriously mess yourself up. It's not really like,
Okay.
it's not as straightforward.
Okay. Data breach or tax penalty, which is harder to recover from?
A data breach or a tax penalty. Again, that depends on who you are and what you're doing. So, if we're talking about data protection laws, and we're talking about a data breach, implies that you are the victim. You were hacked, for instance, and your client's information, your trade secrets. Okay, so we have trademarks and we have trade secrets. For instance, the name and the logo of Coca-Cola is protected. Everybody knows what it looks like. But the formula for Coca-Cola is a trade secret.
Secret, yeah.
It wasn't registered. It is Coca-Cola's job to make sure that nobody discovers that formula on how to make
But I have it.
Coca-Cola.
But I have it.
That's good for you.
I have it.
So you see, you don't need any pro bono services. You need your money.
I've not started the business now.
And you start the business. We'll register it for you.
Okay.
So I was saying that Wait, what was I even saying? We're talking about
Data breach and
yes,
attacking
data
ourselves.
Yeah.
breach, and yes, okay. So, if depending on who you might not move big data. You might, in fact, the data protection laws are different for somebody that is processing a lot of clients' data versus somebody that is not. Many people, oh, you might be selling hair, it's not a bad business, but you don't really care. You're not making a client database
Yeah,
that
yeah.
people can hack into
Hack into
anything.
and use,
People just
yes.
walk in, they buy, they leave, or they text you on Instagram and then they make their purchase, and you're not storing their data,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In that case, a data breach doesn't mean too much to
To
you.
you, yeah.
Your hair is not intellectual property. Yeah, there's nothing. So in that case, you're going to be scared more of the tax man.
Oh,
But
yes.
if you are handling a lot of let's say that in fact you take your KYC, know your customer due diligence, you take that very seriously before you interact with any clients. They fill their form. I'm sure a lot of you guys have engaged or interacted with businesses where you first had to register,
Yes.
and you put down your details.
Yeah.
Now a data breach could be a nightmare for those type of businesses,
Yeah.
because each person can sue you.
Exactly.
Each person can sue you
One
for
individual in.
getting their data out. And data privacy laws are very specific. If you gave me your information simply to process me and clear me to attend your conference,
Yeah.
and then I start receiving emails marketing Golden Globes rice
Yeah.
crackers, you've breached my
Yes.
privacy.
Of
You've
course.
breached my rights. The Constitution gives me the right to privacy. That is not why I give you that information. I can sue you. You know, uh, I was going to give you an example of something that happened to one of our clients, but I don't think we need to go into those
No, no.
details.
No, no, no.
So, yes, please, next
Okay,
question.
this is the last question. In one word, what makes a startup legally successful? In one word.
One word.
What makes it legally successful? When you say legally now, that changes it up, because I was going to say that it is sellable. Once a startup has been grown to a point where it can be sold,
Yeah.
and typically for whatever reason, you don't sell startups in naira, you sell them in dollars.
Dollars.
Yeah. So you've built your startup, and someone is really willing to pay $20,000, 50,000, 200,000, $1 million, $2 million for your startup. That is a successful startup. Even if you didn't run it or start it with the intention of selling,
Selling it.
even if it's your baby, you will never sell no matter what offer you get. The moment it becomes sellable, it's taken to be successful.
Successful.
Of course, it can still be run down if it's now managed poorly afterwards.
Yeah.
But I think I would say the moment it becomes sellable, and I think that would also not just speak to it being successful business wise. That would also speak to it being legally successful, because it can become legal, it can become sellable if all the legal things are not in place.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true,
Like I
true.
said from the
Yeah,
start,
yeah.
there's no investor that will put down money without first of all doing a deep scrutiny of the legal structure
Of
of
the
your
business.
business.
Wow.
Okay, I don't have any more questions.
Oh man.
Such
well,
a good one.
Yes, yes, yes. Look, I told you, if it's not informative, educating, and entertaining, you're not at Knowledge
Knowledge
Lounge.
Lounge.
But that's where we're at, Knowledge Lounge. Today, a luminary has shed light on, man, Mr. Disun, we're thrilled. You've answered a lot of questions that you took right out of our mouth, and we're grateful that you're here today. It's a pleasure. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. You know, there's normally you pay to hear.
Yes,
You
yes.
pay to get
True.
into the mind of a lawyer.
Yes.
We have consultations. It's a paid service. I'm giving this. I don't mind giving this for free, because, like I
Please do.
said,
You said
I,
so.
I, I
Please do.
like helping
Helping
people.
people. Please
do.
And apart from that, I've noticed a lot of avoidable heartache, because people just don't know
Yeah.
what to do. They don't talk to lawyers. They don't know what lawyers do. They don't talk to lawyers. They think they don't need a lawyer at this point, and then they get burnt. So if in any way this can help prevent more people from getting burnt, then mean, it's my pleasure.
So, do you take cases of heartbreaks and serving breakfast, to lovers and things like that? Do you take that cases? Because I think I have one. That's what I want to do.
It depends on if there was fraud involved.
Ah, okay. Hey, it's Knowledge Lounge, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Send us comments and anything. Amen.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Stay informed. Hire a lawyer today.
Bye.
Bye.